Well, there were several reasons why we kicked it off. One was new superintendent, new leadership. That's a perfect opportunity to step back and take some pause and look at where we are and where we're going as a district. The other was that in 2015 was the last time we went through a strategic design process with Pinnacle 2020, and many of those objectives and action team items had already been accomplished. And so it was a great opportunity with new leadership, new board members, and also where we were with our previous work to take a moment and move. I love that we are redefining success. What does success look like in Coppell ISD today? What does it look like for our staff members, for our students, for our parents? I think it's real important as a community that we don't tax our kids so much with heavy academic focus. Obviously, we need that as a school. We put a lot of pressure on our kids to be the best at athletics and academics and fine arts and all of those kinds of things. So I think redefining success and what that looks like for us as a community and what that looks like in Coppell ISD, I think is really important.
You know, one of our core values is redefining success, and the descriptor for that is that we acknowledge that everyone's path and contributions can be different. And there's some exciting work that's happening beyond just what you're seeing on the surface across the district. So we brought a team together in the spring of last year after we had done a series of workshops and really tasked them with looking at the number of ideas that had been generated on how we could elevate existing measures of success to the level of grades. And that team looked at literally hundreds and hundreds of ideas. Some of them fell into a different category of what measures could we create that might be elevated to the level of success, but that wasn't really the problem statement we were working on. And so we really narrowed it down to 27-ish ideas of things that we could do in the district that would support this core value of redefining success. The things that we looked at really kind of fall on a spectrum of innovation. Over here, there are things that are not really disruptive. They're things that we just need to reframe how we are currently doing something. So a good example of that would be what has happened at Coppell High School over the spring semester when we did green lunch. In the past, we've had red and gold lunch, which have been tied to GPA or grades in the classroom, AB honor roll kind of thing. Learners who achieved that level could have an off-campus lunch. Very exciting and appropriate to honor that. But green lunch was about growth. Learners who maybe didn't hit that honor roll status, some of them weren't even passing the class, but they achieved green lunch status because they grew in the class. And that's really what we want to highlight and celebrate. You know, there is no success if there is no struggle. And to honor that struggle and to acknowledge that learners are working towards whatever their personal growth is, whatever their goal might be, is really exciting to see. Green Lunch is a great example of that, and I think you're going to see a lot more of that over the course of the next school year. Again, back to that spectrum of innovation, there are some things that kind of fall in that middle, like it will take us a little bit of planning, some things that we really need to think about. So some examples that you may see coming into this next school year are signing days for learners who are going to a trade school or have made the choice to join the armed forces. Those that maybe aren't choosing the traditional 4-year college career path. And there's nothing wrong with that, but honoring them just the way we honor our athletes that commit to their academics and their athletics at a 4-year university. So we're really excited about seeing that. But again, that requires a little bit of planning and some real intentional alignment of our dates. Not totally disruptive. So then I'll go to the kind of the other end of the spectrum of innovation where we looked at some ideas around lobbying our legislature on how we can really bring to them at the state level this idea of GPA isn't the only thing. Being admitted into a university, and there are some pretty premier state-funded universities that at this point are the top 6% are admitted automatically. That is feeding this GPA rat race that we see as kind of a single path to success, which isn't what we're wanting to highlight in the district. And so we have some talking points, and we'll have to build a legislative agenda around that. It's going to take us a year and a half to 24 months to get ready to be able to do that when the next session happens. But all of this is work around this idea of redefining success and acknowledging and celebrating the fact that we all get to that place, our contribution to the society, to the bigger world, at a different rate individually. And we're really excited about that work here in the district.
Working together, we are committed to profound learning experiences for each child, while nurturing meaningful relationships to positively impact our world.